Welcome back to Schrodman Shop. My name's Dave. I wasn't going to make a video about this, but as I was convinced by a chum of mine, he said I should show you this. This is a bottom of a bowl, or intended to be the bottom of a bowl. I mean, could be a lid, could be anything you want to make of it. But this was a test of making a piece from curved, arced segments. And I hope you can see it. That'll get you a better picture. But it was a fairly extensive process to make the sled for doing it. And the drawings for the sled were provided by the Papa 1947. And he is indeed a very talented fellow. I would recommend that you watch him any time you get a chance. He seems to always be coming up with something new. So these pieces fit perfectly together when I set them on the table here after I cut them. I paid great detail to making the sled, and it was well worth it because these pieces fit so nice. There's 12 of them in here. But now there seems to be a little gap in here which I glued to death. And let's just hope when I start turning it that doesn't want to try and repay the favor. So anyway, I think why this happened is because of this little gem. This is just a cargo strap I bought at the local hardware store. And I had my technical advisor do a modification on it. It had 2 hooks on it, like a cargo strap normally would. I cut the cargo straps off and got my technical advisor to re-sew the strap onto it. And so now I have it's basically a continuous loop. And I can ratchet it to whatever diameter I want. But where the actual ratchet part touches on, it takes away from the perfect roundness of it. So I may have to consider investing in the huge gear clamps. So anyway, all that being said, I already had this little gem glued up from a test piece, and it's pretty good, except there's 2 anomalies in here where when I took the 2 halves and put them together, it was more like an ovoid shape than a circle. So, but after I touched it up on the belt sander to get it back to normal, it came out pretty good. It's nice and flat for the most part. Same way, there's a couple of pieces that are out of whack, but I can deal with that. It's lots thick enough that if I want to turn it, which is my intent, it'll still turn okay. So as it also turns out, this is just about the right size to get mounted on there. So once I turn and flatten this edge up, it should fit okay on here. I'll take a compass, go to the center here, and then I will draw a circle on here at the max distance that I can get. Actually, that's pretty close right there, in the way of a maximum diameter of this bowl bottom. This is cedar, by the way, and the next one I do will be more in a contrast of woods. I could even do 3 woods in here because it's divisible by 3, or 4 even, maybe, I don't know, but we don't want to get too crazy. So once I get this this squared away and this unsquared away, I'll glue up and I'll bring you back after that, because, well, sometimes my life is about exciting as watching glue dry. That's why I tend to get a hankering for assassinating myself sometimes. So we'll talk to you soon. Here's a little better shot of that piece after it had been glued up, and you can clearly see the curved segments in it, and that little sled is just great for doing this stuff. So there's another spot here that opened up a little bit because of that squashing, but this is the big one. Between 3 and 4, the Papa said to number them so you know what sequence they came in, because as you cut them, as you make the first cut on number 1, and then you put the second one over top and clamp it in, and as you're cutting the outside radius of number 1, you're cutting the inside radius of number 2 at the same time, and so on all the way around. So, I mean, unless you really screw it up, there's no way they can not fit together. And that's why I say this happened due to me doing an improper clamping onto things. So anyways, that and you can see, I guess you can see that the center is not, all these points don't come exactly to the center, which they did prior to me gluing and clamping. So again, that's why I say it's my poor clamping job that's caused this problem. Also, that thing I've noticed has put this thing, where do we go? There's that hole. Maybe you can't see. I'll get you seasick doing that. It's slightly out of flat. It's the very center is bulged out a bit. I guess you can't see it there. We'll let it go. But see, I told you. I should have just done that in the first place. But anyway, that's that thing is, it has overall it's nice. I like it. So, I have progressed a little bit. You can see I'm saying fragile here because when I was trying to flatten the bottom of this piece, well, I think you know what happened. There was an assassination attempt on my life by this piece. Not a serious one, but a poor shot. Well, here's the finished product. It looks pretty good, better than I thought that it would turn out, given that it was only a test piece in the first place. I used Howard feed and wax as a finish, which, I mean, it only takes a few minutes to put on and a few more minutes to buff. And it has really brought out the grain in that cedar, which was basically, it was just a white lump. But it certainly isn't now. I mean, you can see the way the cedar has come up in its color. These outside pieces were all cut from the same board, believe it or not, as were the pinwheel type arced segments Now you could see there's a little, right up here, there's a little bit of a space between two of these, but that's my fault. I think I pointed that out before. It's the way I glued it up. And I put a little bit of glue and some really fine sawdust, and it's not too bad. I mean, it's not like there's a gaping hole in it. The underside even is really kind of neat, but I've left. Come on, there you can see the shape of the rim on it. I just left a taper on the rim there. So, anyways, it only tried to kill me a couple of times. Kill me, I should say. For a small project, it had some possible serious consequences. So, thanks for watching Schroedman's Shop. My name's Dave. Please like and subscribe and share. And again, thanks for watching. Be safe.